Basel, Switzerland. A dozen nations send gymnastic teams to compete for the World Championships. For 3 days, from the parallel bars to the flying rings, the highly trained athletes do their stuff. Try tumbling like this the next time you go to gym class. It's the last word in trigger-quick timing and well-mannered muscle.
The World Gymnastics Championships have returned to Switzerland for the first time in 47 years. And my, how things have changed. Another spectacular day here in Lausanne, Switzerland. Such a beautiful country. Lots to do outside, but we invite you to come back inside for ABC Sports' continuing coverage of the World Gymnastics Championships. Welcome back, everyone. Robin Roberts, Bart Connor, and Kathy Johnson-Clark along with you. The men are about to take center stage for the exciting individual all-around final. Ivankov of Belarus is favored to win the championship. He couldn't go for the gold in Atlanta because he ruptured his Achilles tendon, but Bart, he's back.
He is, and this is an amazing story, Robin, because it was just 14 months ago in Atlanta where Ivankov tore his Achilles tendon while he was just walking out of the doctor's office where he had gone to get examined. Now, after intense rehabilitation in the United States as well as in Belarus, the 1994 World All-Around Champion is poised to win again after enduring what is usually considered a career-ending injury. Now, if he can win a medal today, it would be one of the most dramatic comebacks in gymnastics history.
Yeah, that is a great story, Bart, but we want to talk about sexy Alexei. Sorry about that. Alexei Nemov of Russia won more medals than anyone in Atlanta. 6. He's got to be favored here.
It is true. He has been one of the most popular and exciting gymnasts in recent years. There was some concern about his chronic shoulder problem, but he's back. And though not in top form, the audience absolutely adores him, and the judges are scoring him well, even in his weaker events. Also, Blaine Wilson of the U.S. qualified 9th and hopes to finish as high up as possible in that prestigious top 10.
And Blaine Wilson has gotten off to a strong start. 9.55 on the rings, tying him for 4th with Alexei Nemov after the first rotation. Ivankov of Belarus in 7th after the first rotation. He did not compete in the floor exercise in the team final, as Achilles simply can't take the tumbling every day.
This is a surprisingly good event for him. This opening tumbling pass is critical because he can earn 0.5 of a point bonus. Not bad. Now this will be the biggest stress and test on his Achilles tendon. It's a laid out double back somersault. Oh, nice. That was the skill he was most worried about getting back after the injury.
Bart, anybody who's ever tumbled knows the torque on that Achilles when you tumble. You have to plant those feet way back and it just really stresses it. It's amazing.
He tore his Achilles tendon July 7th, just before the Olympic Games in Atlanta.
What's amazing about his story is that he had a lot of inflammation in his Achilles tendon and several cortisone shots. The Achilles actually dissolved. And so when he tore it, the doctor had nothing to do but replace the Achilles tendon with a piece of his own muscle. So he has no tendon there. He has just muscle in place of the tendon, and look at that landing.
And he can do that.
Maybe everybody should go in for that.
This is where he is brilliant. These are moves taken from the pommel horse, originally invented by American Kurt Thomas. But because Ivankov hasn't been able to load up on his tumbling skills, this is where he excels.
And his score? 9.362. Moving on now to the parallel bars. Tsukahara of Japan, just 20 years old, the youngest Japanese national champion in 50 years.
He was also 12th in the all-around at last year's Olympics in Atlanta. He shows some interesting underbar work. Now, the judges are requiring the gymnast to work on top of the bars, as you see there, as well as below the bars. Watch this sequence here. It's called a giant swing with a full turn. He does 2 in a row, and the second one finishes on the outside rail. That's nice. Nice double back somersault inside the rails. It's important to keep the rhythm of the exercise moving. He's a little sloppy. He has some form breaks and not quite as tight in the handstand as you'd like to see.
Little bobble there on the landing.
Let's take a look at this double back somersault in between the rails. Pretty nice form. It's very important that he gets the swing rhythm back as soon as he catches the bars.
And Tsukahara's score, 9-4-2-5. Now the American hopeful, Blaine Wilson. Remember, the men just have 1 vault as compared to an average of 2 for the women.
Blaine was terrific on vault in the preliminaries.
This vault's worth a 9-8. Great vault. That's the best I've ever seen him do that vault.
He's off to a terrific start. These are 2 of his best events. He opened up on rings. Vaulting is outstanding. Parallel bars will be next for him.
Take a look at this 1.5 twist, well up above the horse. When he finishes the twist, his chest's a little bit low on the landing, but other than that, nice vault.
And his score, 9-5-6-2. Blaine should move up in the standings. Coming up, sexy Alexei Nemov of Russia. That and much more when we continue with our coverage of the World Gymnastics Championships. It takes talent, sweat, and conviction to become an Olympic champion. But Alexei Nemov also possesses style, pizzazz, and sex appeal. Going into the Atlanta Games, the gymnastics world had seen flashes of greatness from Russian Alexei Nemov, but had yet to see consistency. Alexei never plays it safe. He throws the hardest skills and takes each to the highest level. He is constantly flirting with disaster because he cares as much about exciting the crowds as impressing the judges. But Alexei proved himself a champion in Atlanta, hitting every routine as he led the Russian team to gold, captured silver in the all-around, and collected a total of 6 medals, more than any other athlete in Atlanta. Back home in Russia, after the tours and celebrations, Alexei returned to serious workouts and life at the Russian Training Center. Now in America, after winning gold, athletes do the talk show circuit, but in Russia, they go back to the gym. Just 21 years old, many believe Atlanta was just the start of a brilliant career. But it's not only Alexei's gymnastic skills that attract the fans, it is his showmanship, good looks, and exuberant personality. He definitely has the whole package. Alexei Nemov, now on the pommel horse.
His routine starts from a maximum of 9.8 if he hits it the way he intends. One of his best characteristics is the fact that on all the equipment, he has very smooth rhythm. He doesn't rush. Very nice form and execution. Watch this sequence. This is the best part of the routine. Watch. He travels without touching the pommels all the way across the horse and twisting his body back against the direction of those Thomas flares. That's wonderful stuff.
Bart, we're seeing so many of the gymnasts trying to meet the required difficulty level, which is substantial now, and losing form doing that, but he just keeps great form.
He seems like he's all business today.
Been worked on a little bit.
You know, a lot of the gymnasts are tired. It's very warm here. For many of them, this is their 3rd day in a row of competition, and it's very hot in the gym, so seems to be at the end of the exercises. Many of them are running out of gas.
If it's hot up here, it must be hot down on the floor. His score, 9.225.